On April 14, 1994, William Campbell, president and CEO of Philip Morris USA, traveled to Washington, D.C. to testify voluntarily before a congressional subcommittee investigating the tobacco industry. The subcommittee was chaired by Congressman Henry A. Waxman of California, an outspoken opponent of the tobacco industry.
The truth is that cigarettes are the single most dangerous consumer product ever sold. I sincerely hope that you and other members of the subcommittee are today interested in separating the facts from the rhetoric.
Unfortunately, some committee members used the hearing to publicly attack the tobacco industry.
I have no problems with cooperating with this committee in any way. We will
Mr. Johnson, I take that as a yes, that you will provide all the animal research laboratory information that you're presently...
We will provide any reasonable data.
No,
Yes, sir.
That's not what I'm suggesting, Mr. Johnson. That's not up to your determination what is reasonable.
The hostile tone at the hearings was the culmination of more than a year of intense anti-tobacco activism that began in January 1993 with the release of the Environmental Protection Agency's controversial report on environmental tobacco smoke.
Let me list some facts. Fact: 24 of the 30 epidemiological studies reviewed by EPA failed to support EPA's conclusion, in that 24 of those 30 studies did not report statistically significant increased risk of lung cancer.
Certainly, I think that a case has been made today that the science has been used unevenly on environmental tobacco smoke. They changed the rules and admitted it and said, well, maybe the rules need to be changed because this is where we want to go on this issue.
Despite its many flaws, the EPA report on ETS was seized upon by anti-smokers around the country and used to justify complete smoking bans in restaurants, malls, bowling alleys, and the workplace. The industry came under attack from another quarter in October of last year when President Clinton proposed a 300% increase in the federal cigarette tax to fund his ambitious health care reform package. And in February 1994, the ABC News program Day One told its viewers that cigarette companies spike cigarettes with extra nicotine to keep smokers hooked. Within days of the ABC program, Food and Drug Administration Chief David Kessler testified before Congress that, in his opinion, cigarettes were an addictive drug, one that should be regulated by his agency and perhaps declared illegal. Philip Morris responded immediately.
The charges made against this industry regarding nicotine are ludicrous and inaccurate.
Legal action was taken on several fronts. In June of 1993, the company had joined in a suit against the EPA asking a federal court to declare the agency's report on ETS null and void. In February 1994, Philip Morris joined forces with members of the San Francisco business community in an attempt to legally overturn that city's workplace smoking ban. In March of this year, the company responded to Day One's false statements by filing a $10 billion libel suit against ABC News. To fight back against the federal excise tax on tobacco, 20,000 tobacco workers gathered in Washington on March 9, 1994, to protest the president's proposed cigarette tax increase.
We came to demonstrate to the Congress, to the President, that it's unfair to tax one group of Americans and one single industry in one region of the country to pay for health care for everyone.
Philip Morris is countering local smoking bans by encouraging statewide accommodation legislation and through nationwide promotion of the accommodation program.
We want to accommodate both sides, whether you're a smoker or a non-smoker. We want to make you come into our establishment as often as you can and to take care of you and to make sure that you're happy when you leave here.
25% of the people in America like to smoke. Any retailer or any business of any kind that would say to 25% of its public, go away, stop doing it, get out, will just get what they deserve. They'll be gone.
PM's commitment to fighting for the tobacco industry starts at the very top. On June 20th, new management team R. William Murray and Jeff Bible addressed PM employees and vowed they would continue to strengthen the company's efforts in fighting for both the industry and smokers' rights.
While we go through this somewhat difficult period here in the United States, it is my opinion, and I know that the management team and Bill shared this, that when you have challenges like this, it's a question of digging deep, putting your shoulder to the wheel, being robust, and if you do that, then you will prevail. And there's certainly no lack of any of those qualities here. In my opinion, we are all prepared to fight the battle, because when you're right and you fight, then you win.
And fighting back hard is just what PM USA is prepared to do. Although the social climate remains challenging, the public is beginning to show signs of weariness and impatience with the excesses of the anti-smoking movement.
If my employer were to tell me, Jerome, you can't smoke at all, then I would definitely have a problem.
I think that is against what America stands for.
Philip Morris will continue to fight to preserve the rights of its customers, to protect its consumers from unfair taxation, and to protect the livelihood of the 2.3 million American men and women who earn their living directly or indirectly through the nation's tobacco industry.